Welcome back. Middle of the week, middle of the day, I thought it'd be nice to do just a little pick-me-up. So we've got about 1 minute before we start. I wanted to do a little restorative pose on the mat. So if you have a large blanket or something about this size or a pillow, something that you can kind of rest your torso on, that would be great. You may want to go grab that right now. You could roll a larger blanket up to give you that kind of support. So whatever you can find is just perfect. And I have my daughter Izzy with me today, so we're just gonna play around a little bit and have some fun and loosen up and relax. So for those of you who have joined us now, again, if you want to grab a large blanket or a pillow off the couch, whatever works for you. We may use it a little bit later in class. And for those of you who already have your props, you can find child's pose. So just taking knees to the outside edge of the mat, big toes to touch. Good, sitting back onto the heels, easing in. Fingertips can be long and overhead, or they can be goalpost arms, or you can do what I'm doing and just kind of rocking side to side a little bit. Loosening up the low lumbar and the inner thighs, but just finding your way down onto the mat. You could even be laying on your back with knees up towards your armpit. So find what works for you, and then dig into your breath a little bit. So sipping the air in through the nose, lips gently touching, breathing out through the nose. Teeth are separated, relaxing the jaw, eyes are gently closed. Izzy needs to run to the restroom. She'll be back. So, long breath in and long breath out. Sometimes I find it really difficult to practice in the middle of the day because your mind has already been occupied through the morning and it's on a to-do list. So to the best of your ability, as you dig into your breath, hopefully you can allow the rest of your world to slowly release from you. So let's take about 3 more breaths, long and even inhales, pausing at the top, and just long and even exhales as you release out. Remembering all the while that all is well in your day. And after you've taken those 3 long breaths, easing your way into a tabletop pose. Hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. And on the in-breath, moving into your cow pose, taking your time, letting the breath stretch out the posture. And on the exhale, the tailbone tips to the mat. The spine comes up, the chin comes to the chest. Good. Let's do 3 more of those. And 2 more. Just allowing your body to feel everything it needs to. 1 more. Neutral spine, right hand stays grounded, left hand reaches to the sky. Deep breath in and exhale, take a little twist. Hand comes through, shoulder rests, side of the head rests. You can stay hand over hand, you can extend the leg if you'd like. I kind of like the kickstand because it squares the hips off a little bit more. And then feel free to play around with a half bind or maybe extending arm up and overhead. 2 more breaths, just as you are. Good, and slowly release back to the center. Grounding the hands, just do a cat and cow to neutralize the spine. Feel free if you want to turn the breath up a little bit more, right? Middle of the day, you're looking for some energy right now. Left hand will stay grounded, right hand will reach high to the sky. Breathing in and then sweep it through. grounding the hand, maybe hand over hand, maybe extending the leg. Top hand can take a half bind as well, or reaching it up and overhead. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then releasing back to the center, finding tabletop, grounding hands. 2 cat and cows. Inhale. Exhale, a little more emphatic. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Tabletop pose, zipping the lower abdominals in. I'm going to come forward because I'm on a double mat right now. Extending right arm and left leg, one long line of energy. Reaching out, fingertips through the heel. Stabilizing through the belly, through the glutes. Inhale, and exhale, bring elbow to knee. Good. Inhale, reach it nice and long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Let's do 2 more. Breathe it in, squeeze it out. Breathe it in, squeeze it out. Extend it long, stay as you are, bringing foot to hand. Good, nice kick of foot into hand, opening up front side of the body. Deep breath, deep breath. Release it out and lower down, cat and cow. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. Tabletop again. Stabilize, lower belly pulled in nice and firm, extending left arm, right leg. Reaching out through the heel, through the fingertips, breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Good, breathe in. Elbow to knee. 2 more. 1 more. Reach it long, staying as you are. Nice strengthening pose, or take a little deeper stretch, foot into hand, opening up the chest, the heart space, the belly, the shoulders. There's a lot to this. Good, reach it out long again. Lower it down, cat and cow, in breath. And exhale. 1 more, inhale. And exhale. We've got people wandering out the street coming into this class right now. All right, let's just do a little wag of your tail, side to side. Now, welcome Izzy back. Nice to see you. Okay, after wagging your tail a little bit side to side, you know what, let's just do a little flip of the palms just to stretch out the wrists a little bit, especially for those of you who've been at your computer for the day. So I'm on the tops of my hands, fingertips are reaching towards my knees. Little stretch here. Good, and then the left hand's just gonna flip back over, the right's gonna stay as it is. And then I'm just gonna switch. Switching again. Switching again. Now bring fingertips towards your knees, but you're on the tops of the hands now. So a little stretch of the wrists. Nice. All right, let's ground the hands, step out into high plank. And in a high plank, just start by pedaling the knees. I want to warm up the core a little bit. Abdominals and spinal muscles. Good, just marching a little stronger now. Bringing opposite knee, opposite elbow. Good, marching 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. March it to the center again. And slowly bringing opposite knee, opposite tricep. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. I'm warm for the first time today. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, bring it into downward facing dog. Pedal it out again, shifting weight and gaze. Hands are shoulder distance apart, pointer finger faces the front of the room. Just take a quick look at where your hands are at. To the best of your ability, you're trying to take the crease out of the wrist and take the weight out of the heel of the hand. Good, and just nice little shoulder shrugs. So you get the shoulder blades back into their sockets. So you've got a nice strong upper body. Let's bend the knees, rolling up onto all 10 toes. Inhale. Exhale, straighten them as best you can, whatever feels good, and then bend the knees, and then straight, and bend, and straight. Couple more. Exhaling as you're pressing through the heels. One more. Good. Find a little stillness. Let's inhale, right leg high. Pause and hold. That's your left leg.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, you're facing me. Bend the knee, open the hip. Good. Square it off. Right knee, right tricep. Good, bring it high again. And then come into a low lunge. Grounding in your low lunge, sweep the arms up and overhead, Anjaneyasana. Breathing in, let's find a little steeple grip. I'll come and face you now. Nice steeple grip, inhale, and then exhale, reaching over to the right. You can stay as you are. Good. Hand can come to the hip if that feels good. Fingertips can come all the way down to the mat if that feels good. Long breath in. Even breath out. Good. Circle it around so belly is touching the thigh. Inhale and then exhale, pull the hips back. Toes start to follow. Good. Now point the toes. Come back into your lunge. Pull the hips back. Point the toes. Now flex the feet. Roll through the ball of the foot till you're pointing the toes. Back into your lunge. Good. Pull it back. We're doing a little nerve flossing. I've been doing that over the last couple classes. So what this is good for is sciatic nerve issues or femoral nerve, the top of the leg. So we're flexing, pointing, lunging. One more time, pull it back, toes are pointed, toes are flexed, stay as you are, inhale, and exhale, take a little fold. So you can stay on the knee or you can come back to sit on the heel. Good. One more breath and then shift it forward. That was a fast breath. Ground the hands. Front foot meets the back. Now we're in high plank. We're going to march it and march into the center until we're slowly crossing opposite knee, opposite elbow. March 4 and 3. Good. 2 and 1. March it out to the side. March and march. I don't know where we're going. We're getting stronger though. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Pause in high plank. Inhale, shift it forward. This time exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Thumbs brushing the low ribs. Tops of the feet press down, setting up for cobra. Quadriceps are really firm, glutes are firm, belly's firm. Inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, lower down, tap the nose. Inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, lower down, tap the nose. Inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Maybe hover the hands, maybe extend them long behind you, lifting the legs to match. Breathing here, 4, 3, 2. Hands ground, feet ground, nose grounds, and pull the hips back, find child's pose. Curl the toes under, find your first downward or second downward facing dog. Good. Left leg lifts high. Bending the knee, open the hip. Just pausing there. All is well. Squaring it off. Left knee, left tricep. Good, bring it nice and high. Low lunge. Dropping down to the bottom knee, sweeping arms up and overhead. Nice little steeple grip, inhale. Exhale, little side body stretch. Good. Long breath in. Long breath out. Hand can stay here, it can come to the hip. Staying as you are, fingertips can reach down to the mat. Mat is not sticky enough, I take it. Good. Inhale. And then exhale, pull it around. Belly is on the thigh, full breath in. Exhale, pulling back, toes are pointed. Toes are slowly flexed. Coming forward, point the toes, come back into your lunge. Pulling it back. This is a really nice posture, series of postures to do if you're in your chair at the computer all day. Again, it's called nerve flossing. If there's any nerves that are inflamed, it just gently stretches them and eases some of that congestion out. Very gently. Good. Couple more. Toes point. They flex. They point. Back into our lunge. Last one. Pull back. Toes point. Toes flex. Find some length. Inhale. And exhale. Take a fold. Staying as you are, you can certainly pull back onto the heel. Long breath in. Long breath out. Good. One more. Nice. Shift it forward. Ground the hands. Front foot meets the back. Hope you're feeling good. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale through the mouth. Rolling on 10 toes again. Bend the knees, belly to thighs. Feet come behind the hands. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale into your ragdoll pose. Knees can be bent. Belly connects to the thighs. Rocking yourself side to side. Feel free to release hands behind you into a chest expansion. Whatever feels better in your body right now. Good. 2 more breaths. And hands release down to the mat. Again, come to a halfway lift. Hand comes center now. Right hand comes center. Right knee bends. Left hand spirals to the sky. Little twist. Getting into the side of the hip, the IT band a little bit more. Good. Bring it back to the center. Inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee. Left hand plants. Little twist. Go back to the center. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, sweep it high into Tadasana, mountain pose. And exhale, hands come back to heart center, Samasthi Tahi. Honor and intention, something that will motivate you through the rest of your day, through the rest of your week. Being that we're in the middle of both. Breathe it out. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, open baby back bend. Good. Inhale, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to the heart, forward fold. Open halfway lift. Grounding the hands, stepping back, move through your flow, your vinyasa. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rolling up onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Walk or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high Tadasana. Open baby back bend. Good, palms to touch. Forward fold. Open halfway. Ground the hands, Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Again, rolling onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Take it to the top of the mat. Open halfway. Surrender and fold. Grounding the feet, sweep it high to the sky, interlace steeple grip. Exhale, side body stretch. Good, inhale back to the center. Exhale, side body bend. And back to the center. Little baby back bend. Palms to touch. Forward fold. Open halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. Rolling onto 10 toes, bend the knees, belly to thighs. Bring it back to the top. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more. 1 more. Slow it down. Inhale. Hands through the heart, forward fold. Open halfway lift. Ground the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, square it off. Right knee, right tricep. Good, bring it nice and high. Right knee, left tricep. Bring it nice and high. Knee to nose. Low lunge. Stabilize your low lunge, sweep it up to crescent lunge. Good, opening to warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Take it down to the mat, Chaturanga. Actually, let's go into 3-legged down dog. 3-legged plank, 3-legged Chaturanga. Turning it up a notch, again, just to get the body warm and awake. Moving into down dog. Inhale, left leg. Bend the knee, open the hip. Squaring it off. Left knee, left tricep. Bring it high. Left knee, right tricep. Nice and high. Knee to nose, pause. Low lunge, stabilize. Firm everything up, lifting up high, crescent. Opening warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. Hands come down to the mat. 3-legged down dog, sweep the leg up and through into your Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. Breathing out. Again, rolling on 10 toes. Bend the knees, belly to thighs. Take it to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. 2 more. 1 more. Inhale, pause. Hands come to the heart, deep breath. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. You can toe wheel the feet together if you'd like. You can bring a hand to the side of the thigh, to the back. If you'd rather take a gentle twist. 1 more breath. Inhale all the way to Tadasana. Straighten the legs. Exhale, hands come to the heart center, back in Katasana. Inhale. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. Belly comes through, shoulders engage. Hold and breathe. 3 and 2. Good, sweep it high on 1. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, open, halfway lift. Ground the hands, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's add on. Inhale, right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Stay as you are, flip your dog. That feels good. Hold here, 3, 2. Bring it back on 1. Extending leg long, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Good, inhale, bring it high. Right knee, left tricep, pause and hold, or extend the leg long, lifting the leg or the hand high. Good, reground the hand. Lifting back up, 3-legged down dog. Knee comes to nose, breathe. Low lunge. Inhale up to crescent lunge. Good, hands come to heart center, inhale. Exhale, revolve, crescent lunge. Belly's gonna come through, shoulders engage. We'll stay here for a few breaths. So if you'd like to take a half or a whole bind, feel free. If you'd rather drop down to the bottom knee, more stability, feel free. Woo, 2 more breaths. 1 more gorgeous breath. Gentle release. Inhale, crescent. Straighten the leg, opening warrior two. Get a bend in the knee again. Good, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Long breath in, long breath out. Half or whole bind, again, whatever's in your practice. Making sure that the posture is nice and open through the chest, through the belly, through the hip. Holding here, 3 and 2. Release floor to sky on 1. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Exhale, Trikonasana pose. Nice. Hips are nice and firm. Pushing the mat out in opposing directions between the ball of the front foot, outside edge of the back. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Let's get a bend in the front knee again. Arms come into warrior 2. Left elbow comes under right. Eagle arms. Squeezing down towards the chest. Chin follows, little stretch to the head, neck, and shoulders. Right elbows come up, forearms away. Slowly sweep it into crescent lunge again. Eagle arms. Take a nice little baby back bend. Forearms come back down to the thighs. Crossing left leg over right. Find eagle legs, eagle arms. Weight is in the heel. Squeezing those inner thighs together and then zip up the core. Good, long even breath in. Long even breath out. Holding here for 3, 2. Elbows come down on 1. Fingertips draw forward, broadening the back. Stretch it out, pause and hold. Nice, uncross the legs. Airplane legs, eagle arms. Reach out through the heel, glute is nice and firm. Open up heart space, airplane arms. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Good. Coming back into airplane. Inhale. Curtsy squats. Exhale. Let's just do 4. Good. And 3. 2. Nice. And 1. Open it up. Step it back into warrior 1. Straighten that front leg. Hands come to the hips. Get some length to the spine and moving into pyramid pose. Breathing in and breathing out as you slowly lower the torso down. We're getting a lot in on one side. Trying to be efficient with our time because I know some of you have to get back to work or children. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more. Come to a halfway lift. Grounding the left fingertips. Right are going to reach out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Finding length. Revolve triangle. Good. 2 more breaths. Let's bring it back to the center. Get a bend in the front knee. Step out into low lunge. Ground the hands. Front foot meets the back. Moving into 3-legged down dog. Remember that? 3-legged plank. 3-legged chaturanga. Could modify. Could come to the knees. Lowering all the way down. Taking cobra instead. Downward facing dog. Okay, let's see if I can remember all of that. Left leg lifts high. Bend the knee. Open the hip. Stay as you are. Flip your dog. Holding here, 3 and 2. Squared off. On 1, leg lifts high. Inhale. Left knee, left tricep. Good. Inhale, bring it high. Left knee, right tricep. Pause and hold. Or straightening that leg, lifting the right arm high. Hips lift high as well. Hold here, 3, 2. Grounding the hands. Lifting left leg high again. Knee comes to nose, pause. Low lunge, you got it. Crescent lunge, sweep it up. Hands come to the heart, inhale. Exhale, revolve crescent lunge. Think of finding length through the spine. My belly's coming through my shoulders, my gaze. Opening hands to fly if you'd like. Half bind or whole bind. Once you find it, see if you can make little adjustments to find a little more space for that belly, for the shoulders. 2 more breaths. 1 more. It's a beautiful thing. Slowly release. Crescent lunge. Straighten the leg. Open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Thigh might be a little fatigued. See if you can fire the glutes up a little bit more to support you. Half bind, whole bind. Once again, avoid collapsing into the side body. Lifting the side body nice and long or taking the half bind. Let's take 2 more breaths. 1 more. Releasing the bind if you have it. Reverse your triangle. Reach up, reach back, create some space. Inhale. Exhale, triangle, Trikonasana pose. Stability through the hips. We're not relying just on flexibility here in triangle pose. Hug the bone with your muscles. 2 more breaths. Good, get a bend in the knee, extended side angle. Warrior 2 arms. Left elbow, or excuse me, right elbow comes under left. Give it a squeeze now, triceps to the chest, chin follows. Elbows come up, forearms draw away. Slowly sweep it through, crescent lunge with eagle arms. Come into that little baby back bend. Forearms come down to the knee, to the thigh. Slowly cross. Eagle legs, eagle arms. Weight in the heel, stabilize again. Squeeze and firm the glutes. Pull everything in and then up. Step the spine. Holding here, 4. And 3. 2. Slowly lower on 1. Forearms come down to the thighs again. Fingertips are going to reach forward, broaden the back. Just pause and hold. Such an awesome stretch for the thoracic spine. Uncross. Airplane legs, eagle arms. Get your stability. Full airplane pose. Nice. Warrior 3. Hold here, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to airplane arms. Now curtsy squats. Lowering and lifting 4 times. That's it. Whoa. I'm losing my balance. Here we go. You can keep going. 3. Nice. 2. Give it a squeeze at the top. Squeeze. 1 more. Gorgeous. Lift it up. Stepping back into warrior 1. Grounding the feet. Straighten the front leg. Inhale. Hands come to the hips. Lifting up and over the hip flexors, finding that nice fold pyramid pose. Left hip draws back, right hip pulls forward. Inhale and then exhale, just surrender. Good, 1 more breath. Come to a nice halfway lift. Grounding right hand to the inside arch. Getting length and spiraling up, revolve your triangle. Reaching up, belly coming through, shoulders gaze. Hold here, 3. And 2. And 1, back to the center. Frame the foot with your hands, get a bend in the knees, stepping back, low lunge. Ground the hands. High to low push-up, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, breathe in. Breathe out. Good, inhale, right leg high. Right foot comes to the left hand. And right foot comes behind, or left foot comes behind the right. So you've got right in front of left. Really press down through the Big toe mounds. Walk the hands up the thighs to reverse the blood flow for a minute. Lift up and then walk them back down. Again, big toe mounds pressing down into the earth. Nice long and even stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out. Hands come to the hips. Slowly come to rise. Legs are still crossed. Right in front of left. Ground with the right foot down to the mat. Uncross, lift the left. Good. Breathing in. Belly's firm. Exhale, extend the leg. Bend the knee. Reach out through the heel. 2 more. Bend. Reach out through the heel. 1 more time. Bend. Reach out through the heel. Pause. 4, 3, 2. Finding figure 4 on 1. That feels good. You can stay in your traditional figure 4. If you want to try the arm balance, coming down onto hands. I have an uneven surface. Good. Grounding hands just like chaturanga, just like crow pose. Really intensifies the stretch. Do whatever feels the best to you, or even come and sit on the heel. I like this one too. Working on a little balance. Some days it's good, some days it's not. Working into prayer hands. We'll just stay here for 3 and 2. Hands come down to the mat wherever you're at on 1. Uncross the leg. Final hurrah standing splits. Lift the leg nice and high. Breathe in. Breathe out. And slowly lowering left over right. All right, walk the hands back up the thighs. Reverse the blood flow for a minute. Find a little more length. Big toe mounts are pressing down into the earth. And then walk the hands back down into that nice passive stretch. Surrendering stretch. Good, 2 more breaths. Hands come to the hips. Slowly come to rise. Reach down with the left foot now. Uncross the right. Knee is bent. Zipping up. Mula Bandha, that root lock. Uddiyana Bandha, core lock. Inhale. Exhale, reach out to the heel. Bend. Press out. Good. Bend. Pressing out. 1 more. Bend. Pressing out, holding 4, 3, 2. Figure 4 on 1. Enjoy the stretch. You know the variations. Feel free if you want to take an arm balance, if you want to stay as you are. There's something magical about each one. I'm just going to try to stay balanced. Take a little bit of the arm balance, see how it goes for me today. Some days are better than others. Today, that's what I'm going to do. Just a little bitty lift. And then working into balancing on the 1 foot. Prayer hands. Holding here. 4, 3, 2. Everyone, hands ground on 1. Reaching the right leg nice and high. Find your standing splits on this side. Hold and breathe. 3. Beautiful. 2. Feet come down on 1. Toe heel the feet to the outside edges of the mat. Toes pointing out. Sit down in your yogi squat. Good. Let's get a little bit of thigh stretch here. Feel free if you want to assist your little opening with your forearms. That feels good to me. Feel free if you'd rather take Baddha Konasana, if that feels best to you. Good. Heart space opens. Heart space, shoulders open, nice and wide. And the sun's coming out. See, we called the sun in with her sun salutes. Couple more breaths. Nice, and now slowly straighten the legs, toe heel the feet, hip distance. Open to a halfway lift. Grounding the hands, stepping back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's move into our hip openers. So if you're going to do half pigeon, you're set up nicely. If you'd rather take a seated, could be easy seat, could be fire log, or cow face. I think I'm going to go into half pigeon today. That sounds best to me. The beauty of half pigeon is it not only gets the hips on whatever knee is bent, but the hip flexor on the straightened leg. Just being mindful that you are swapping out your hip openers from time to time. All right, let's take 4 or 5 more breaths wherever you are. If you're ready to come out sooner, taking some side body bends, which we're going to do in a minute anyway. But if you're in king pigeon or half pigeon and you want to take king pigeon, now's a great time. Little front body opening again. Good, and everyone, let's consider switching sides. So if you're seated, extend the legs long, maybe shake them out. If you're in half pigeon, find down dog, stretching out back side of the knees. If you're on your back, extend them to the sky. And when you're ready, easing on to the other side. Use those props if you need them. If the hips aren't as open today as maybe they were yesterday, or you're just working on flexibility, use a blanket under the knees or under the hips. Finding a little bit more balance. Good, another 4 or 5 breaths again. If you want to come up early, feel free. Taking king pigeon or some side body bends. And gentle release. Everyone finding your final downward facing dog together. Good, and coming down onto knees, crossing the legs, pulling the feet through. Good, let's take Baddha Konasana, so inching the sitting bones closer to the heels. Deep breath in and then exhale, little fold. Good, and gentle release. Options here now. If you have that blanket or bolster or pillow, let's grab it now and put it the lengthwise on your mat, if you can see. So if you don't have a bolster right now, then just crossing legs, one over the other for Marichyasana, or here, and you're going to hug the thigh and take a twist. If you have the bolster, you're going to windshield wiper both knees over to the right, and then finding that front thigh parallel with the back of the mat. I'm going to sit up nice and tall, and my belly's going to slowly come around and through. And my belly's going to rest on the bolster or the blanket, whatever you have. And my chin is going to keep following. So you're going to want to bring your thigh even more parallel. There you go. So I'm going to do it to the side so you can all see what in the world I'm doing here. I'm going to do it this way, actually. So again, option is to take Marichiasana with a little twist. If you have the bolster, thigh comes parallel. Both legs are windshield wiper to the same side. My belly's going to come through and rest on the bolster. And if it feels good to keep turning, you're spinning the gaze towards the right as well. Let's take 5 more breaths wherever you're at. If you have a lot of time this afternoon and you want to stay in that pose, it is amazing for the psoas, and the low lumbar, just a beautiful stretch. So if you want to switch sides, you can keep your bolster as it is. I'm just going to switch so that you can see what I'm doing. Again, if you don't have a bolster or a pillow or a firm blanket, opposite legs extended, could be here, and you're taking Marichiasana on this side, so belly's coming through, shoulders and gaze. If you do happen to have a nice pillow or blanket, both knees are going to lower over to the left now, and I'm going to bring my thigh parallel with the top of the mat. And my belly's going to come through and my shoulders. Good, and then I'm going to rest my belly on the mat, and my gaze is going to continue to follow, unless that doesn't feel okay. Listening to your neck. And again, let's take 5 more breaths. And then your own timing, gentle release. And moving the bolsters out of the way. Anyone who may just be walking through the room looking at your screen right now may think that the two of us here fell under the All right, Paschimottanasana. So another nice use of your bolster, if you'd like, or rolled up blanket if you have tight hamstrings, is to put it under the knees. Sitting up tall, deep breath in, and then exhale, belly's going to connect to the thighs. And just complete your fold. Good, and release up. Unless you want to stay in that fold for a while. Izzy's enjoying that. All right, let's find a reverse plank. So grounding the hands, lifting the hips high, opening up the chest and the throat. And then lowering yourself down, all the way down to the mat, making sure head, neck, and shoulders meet the mat. Good, let's bring your knees into your chest. Extending legs high to the sky. You can stay just as you are. You can put that bolster right underneath the sitting bones again, and or lifting into plow pose and shoulder stand. I like to start in plow pose, allowing my cervical spine and my thoracic spine a moment to stretch out, getting my shoulder blades tucked into place, resting on my shoulders. And then lifting up into shoulder stand. Good, and lowering down whenever you feel ready. And slowly easing yourself into happy baby. Or just bringing knees into the chest and do little circles with the knees. Feel free if you want to straighten the legs. Find what feels the best to you. Nice. And from here, let's bring the knees back into the chest. Let the left foot ground. Let the right foot reach high to the sky. Remember that nerve flossing, we're going to flex the foot and then slowly point the toe. Rolling through the foot, rolling through the arch of the foot. Flex it back and point. Flex it back and point. Flex it back and point. One more time, flex it back and point. I'm sorry, let's go back to flex. Grab behind the hamstring, maybe the calf, maybe grabbing onto the big toe. Deep breath in, and on the exhale, feel free to stay as you are or lifting head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Forehead to knee, staying as you are. If you have more give, then just straightening the left leg. Good, torso comes back down to the mat, knee comes into the chest, take an inhale. And on the exhale, drawing the knee across the body, supine twist. The knee comes back into the chest, giving it a good squeeze. Little compressions, little circles of the knee. And lowering it back down. Foot grounds, right foot grounds, left knee comes into the chest again, giving it a nice little squeeze. Extending heel to the sky. Knee can be bent as much as you'd like. Rolling through the ball of the foot, pointing, and then flexing. And if you missed this in the beginning, we're doing some nerve flossing on the sciatic nerve that runs from the low lumbar through the glute, down the back of the leg into the foot, and the femoral nerve, which runs along the quadriceps into the knee. Good, a couple more times, pointing and flexing. And then end with a flexed foot. And then grabbing behind the hamstring, the calf, or all the way up to the foot, inhaling and exhaling, just guiding the knee towards the forehead and maybe lifting head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. If you have anything more and you want to straighten the leg, feel free. And then easing back down. Knee comes into the chest, full breath in. Exhale, draw it across the body, supine twist. Bringing the knee back into the chest again, giving it a really good squeeze. Lowering the foot down. Have both feet pressed down into the earth, lift the hips up, and then bring the hands, palms facing down, underneath the sitting bones, underneath the sacrum. Thumbs are touching, and I'm going to extend my legs out long, moving into fish pose. So from here, you're going to lift up like there's a thread pulling you up through the center of the heart. Resting on the forearms, the throat opens, The heart opens and the top of the head is just gently brushing the top of the mat. Legs are very active. Good, and then slowly release down into the mat. Lifting the hips, releasing hands from the hips. Knees come back into the chest, wrapping shins around forearms. Bringing forehead up to the knees. On the inhale, press shins into forearms. And on the exhale, opening yourself up for your final Shavasana, your final resting posture. I'm just going to switch the music up a little bit. Although this is awfully nice, maybe we'll stay here. And once you ease into your Shavasana, just allow everything to let go. Surrender into this beautiful pause. If you have the luxury of staying as you are, feel free to be in Shavasana for the rest of the afternoon if you'd like. If you're ready to come out of it, gently wiggling toes, brushing thumbs over the fingertips. Think of this as your beautiful reset for the day. Allow your intentions to be in gratitude and move them towards things that you want in your life, that you desire to bring back into your life. When you feel ready, rolling onto your side. All is well. Long, even breath in. Very passive breath out. When you feel ready, coming to a comfortable cross-legged seat, eyes will remain closed. Hands facing up on your knees is a posture of receiving. Once again, just listening to your body and what your body is asking for, what your soul is asking for in this world. Hands come to heart center, prayer position. Guiding love and light from the heart center to the third eye center, may you have peace in your thoughts. Prayer hands come to your lips, may you have peace in your words. Prayer hands back to your heart, peace in your heart and your actions. Bowing forward to seal in our practice. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend with me today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your beautiful, gorgeous day. Just a quick reminder, all of our videos end up going right into our Pure Yoga YouTube page, so please feel free to visit them. We've got all levels, all sorts of different types of classes as well. It's a free channel for everyone. If you have the means to donate, we greatly appreciate it, and we have a donation button on our homepage at pureyoga.us. And also, I just want to speak to yogis that come into the studio. We are making plans for how we're going to open, when we're going to open, as soon as we're given the green light. So we're looking into social distancing and doing some classes out in the park, but know that our minds and our hearts are on that. And just watch for, again, for that green light. We'll send it out via email, constant contact. So if you're not receiving our emails, look in your spam folder. And if you don't receive them in your spam folder, shoot me an email at frontdesk@pureyoga.us so we can get you into our constant contact. Otherwise, everything's else on Facebook. All right, thank you. Namaste. Happy day. And I'm going to make that long walk to turn this off.